What impact did coming out have on my family? Yeah, that's an interesting one actually, because when I thought about coming out to people, I thought at the time that it was all about me. I hadn't even considered the impact on other people and what they might have to go through, you know? Brilliant question. Thank you for asking it, whoever asked it. It's a fantastic question. I'm really pleased that we get to explore this one. You've got to remember that I had years to process and come to terms with my sexuality, yet my family, they were hit with it between the eyes on Christmas Day, you know? And I think it was only in the year or two that followed that I came to realise the impact that coming out actually had on my family. You all know the story about how I came out. So after I came out, my family had to find a way to talk about my sexuality and my partner, both to their friends but also to our wider family. And I remember distinctly that they had this challenge of finding the right words to use that felt comfortable to them, whilst also having those concerns about how people would react to the news. And I remember a chat with my mum where she asked me the best words to use when she was talking to other people about me and my partner. I specifically remember she asked things like, is it acceptable to use the word lesbian? And what about gay? And how about words like dyke? Is that a positive word to use? And what are the positive words and what are the offensive words? And do I say girlfriend or do I say partner? I mean, how do I deal with that? After that conversation, she became much more confident about explaining my sexuality and my relationship status to other people. That conversation, I think, was a turning point for her. I came to realise that none of them, so my mum, my dad and my two brothers, they didn't have any support through this process either, and they had to figure it out as they went along, just as I did. And I'm pretty sure, they didn't tell me this, but I'm pretty sure that my brothers were teased and also maybe even bullied because of me and my sexuality. I had time to make sense of being gay before I came out to them. But in coming out, I think that I expected them to be okay with it right from the start. You know, how unrealistic is that? Because just like me, they needed the time and the space to make sense of it too. But here I was, putting it on the table and saying, come on, let's get on with it. So unrealistic when I think back. They needed that time and the space to make sense of it as well. And it's like they went through a grieving process where they had to let go of the person they thought I was and everything that they had come to know about who I was, but also the future that they dreamed was possible for me. So what I mean by that is that they had to break down the thoughts and the ideas that they had been conditioned to think would be my future. You know, would that mean no big white wedding, no kids, no grandkids? In their heads, that's what was going round and round. And they definitely went through a grieving phase around all of that. It was a huge time of uncertainty for everyone, and it involved lots of conversations, I guess whilst we found our feet again as a family unit. What I wish I'd have known back then. I wish that I had known up front that they would have had to go through all of this. You know, I think I'd have been more present with them, more open instead of defensive in our conversations about it all. And also, I think I would have stepped up to support them more. Advice for people that have come out to their family. Now, I knew you were going to ask me that one. I've got tons. Let's see. I can't give you tons, so I'll give you maybe, I don't know, top few. The first thing is talk to them as often as you can. Not just about being LGBT, about anything. Because the more that you talk, the more that communication channel is open and you'll be able to talk to them about absolutely anything. I found that was vital. Be open and honest with them and let them know how they can support you, but also ask what they need from you. What support do they need from you? Answer any questions that they might have. You know, they might have things going around the head that they just can't seem to piece together. So make that opportunity for them to ask you some questions and then for you to answer them as honestly as you can, you know. And don't forget to explore the language and the words that are comfortable for them to use when talking to other people about you. And listen, I'm guessing that we need to talk about this one too. Some people may have a negative response to you. Don't take it personally, okay? I know it's difficult, but try not to take it personally. It's something within them that is causing conflict or uncertainty. Best thing to do there is to give them some space and some time. And when you feel the time is right, you'll know when that is, talk to them again. And be sure to offer them love and support, not animosity and frustration. Most importantly, keep talking. If this has resonated with you at all, I would love to hear your experiences. Tell me, what did you notice about what your family went through when you came out to them? And also afterwards, what did you notice that they experienced, that they went through, that they asked you after you'd come out to them? And what do you wish you'd have known back then? If you've got any more questions for me around coming out, please fire them at me. I'm answering all your questions over the next few months in this coming out series as part of the My Queer Life journey. I want to get this in front of as many people as possible. It's going to help so many people that are coming out, so many families, so many people who are struggling in some way. If you love these types of conversations and you like what you've seen today, don't forget to subscribe. Please share this with your family and friends, and don't forget to leave me that message below. Cheers, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.